8th. It's currently 1:22 p.m. I am at home because in about 30 minutes, I'm going to be doing my proposal defense. And if you watch some of my videos, you would know that I've been talking about this proposal defense for quite some time. And it was actually scheduled last week because I had a goal to get it done before the end of April in hopes that maybe my university could slightly bend the rules and let me go to commencement ceremony. And I dropped the ball. I dropped the ball because I lacked the understanding and knowledge of what was expected of me in terms of providing my committee with the supporting documents for my proposal defense. So I went 2 weeks waiting for my proposal defense for April 29th. And I get an email the night before, but didn't check my email because I'm like, I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to, energize myself, make sure I got lots of energy for the proposal. And I woke up, I checked my email and saw that it was canceled because I didn't send my dissertation, chapters 1 through 3, or my proposal defense presentation to my committee. I thought when I sent it to my chair was going to send it or include it in the invite that he sent out. I lost it. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I definitely flipped out. I cried. I was sad. I spent the day being depressed because I took an entire day off of work. And if you know what's going on in the American workforce, as a government worker, you can't afford to just be taking a day off of work and not being productive. So that's water under the bridge. I said, moving forward, I'm going to be more proactive with my committee and chair. I did reach out to them at the beginning of the week saying, hey, is there anything else you're going to need? And they said, I provided everything. So today is going to be my proposal defense. I'm going to try to record a little bit, but I need to put my attention on passing because the next step is IRB. And if I get that approved, baby, we are ready. So I'm wearing my little USC pin. I spent this morning reading my dissertation. I've seen some errors. The more you continue to read it, the more you're going to see things, the more you're going to want to change things. But it was nothing major. I just feel like I don't retain information for a long time. So I feel like it's evaporate. So yeah, in 30 minutes is going to be my proposal defense. And I had a goal to get my final defense done by August 1st. And I have a little countdown on my phone that shows me how many days until August 1st. And if you can see it, it's 84 days. 84 days. That's what I'm working with. 84 days to get 10 participants, do the interviews, do the transcripts, do the coding, write the chapter 4, go into the chapter 5, edits. But I think I will be able to do it. I'm going to push myself. I'm very focused. So I just wanted to get this out here, get it recorded, because my focus for the next hour is going to be passing the proposal defense. And I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. So y'all all wish me good luck. If you know about my journey, my class is graduating next week on the 14th. This was about a 3.5-year program, very fast paced. You get all your coursework done in the 3 years. The last year you had to write your dissertation. As I said before, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do both. I didn't have the motivation, the mentality. I couldn't do it. But here I am. I'm going to be running about 6 months behind the average timeline. But hey, there's lots of people that still haven't gotten to where I am. Still in the program. There were people in the program that joined us in our final few classes that had to take a year off. Your dissertation journey is based on you. Do not compare yourself to someone's journey. Don't compare yourself to someone's path. Your study is your study. You stay in your lane. Okay? I'm not going to focus on how my colleagues are already doctors and they got the letters behind their name. They're getting job opportunities. Congratulations. I got to get to where you are and I have to continue going. So this is Erica Untraveled. Hopefully, when I come back to chat with you, I will be a doctoral candidate and not a doctoral student. All right. Ciao.
Notes and we'll record it. So just stay present, focus on their questions, things like that. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Hello. It is defense. I would say it's defense week and season.
Yeah, I gotta change my settings here. I'll be right with you. I'm so sorry.
No worries. All good. Study and what not to do.
Well, every branch of the administration is a case study, for God's sakes. Even the, well, anyway, I won't go on because.
We could be here all hour. I think that Erica would join us in that. It's great to see you.
My apologies to everyone. I'm
good.
so sorry. Technology and I just don't end up being together sometimes, so I apologize to all of you.
I know. We are good. Erica, anything you would like to say to the committee? Oh, we just lost Dr. Kurt.
Oh, I told you he's in the car. You want to continue? Okay.
There it comes. Okay.
Maybe tell him to turn his camera off so it can have a better bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Kurt, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Erica, anything you want to say? And then I'll put you into the waiting room.
No, I just want to thank you all for having the patience. It's been a long journey, especially I represent the veteran community of USC. So I just want to give you appreciation for having some grace in this journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you in there. Remember, there's no correlation to anything on how long you're in there, right? I doubt we're going to go down a Trump path, but you never know where we're going to go.
I'll try to avoid that.
Yeah, we'll avoid that, I promise, actually. Okay.
So nervous. I am so.
And I think your topic is terrific, is so much needed. And I just want to commend you for your perseverance and your leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I guess, your tactical awareness of how to go about this with your topic. Okay, so I'm so happy to see you today, and also your proposal. How well done this is. Okay, I do have a couple of recommendations. First, in chapter 3. You want to make sure you put something in there about when you start. I think it's a paragraph about data collection. About you won't be collecting any data until it's IRB, past IRB and all that business, right? And then the other thing is the sensitivity of the topic for your participants. And also, I always say researchers, when their topic is emotionally close to their chest, right? How, important it is to protect your participants, right? And one of the things I think is to also mention in chapter 3, um, that the participants can drop out of the study or stop answering the questions and so forth. And that you will also provide a handout to every participant on resources, right? And one of my concerns, and I hate to bring it into the conversation, but the VA has done some really terrible things just recently, where they have really limited their mental health services. There are providers who either were asked to leave or they left because of ethical considerations that's going on and everything. So I'm sure you would be able to kind of figure out different resources as well. You know what I mean? They're either in community or local or whatever it may be. There are national websites and so forth too that can be helpful. So my question to you is, what steps are in place to take care of yourself? And I ask this for everyone that I've been chair of their committee when they're doing very important work like this. So what support do you have in place?
Well,
take care of you.
Well, going into this, Dr. Candy made it clear that the current resources that I have for myself is going to be the only resources. I am an individual who was sexually assaulted in the Army, and I'm a veteran, so I do have a lot of resources provided. What I'm currently doing is I have therapy every month with my therapist from the VA, and removing the emotional aspect of it and understanding that this study is not solely focused on me, but it's bringing awareness and sharing and being able to tell the stories of the individuals impacted, not necessarily me, but I want to be able to share the experiences and stories of the individuals that have not been heard. But for me, I also, in the last 3-4 months, I've surrounded myself with individuals that are aware of my side effects of sexual assault and the impact of conducting this study. So being surrounded by community and doing therapy. I have a life coach as well, and I have a psychiatrist. And those 3 individuals or those components have been the reason why I've gotten to this point, because I was going to give up.
Yeah, I remember those days. Our conversations. And but here you are today, and moving forward, I think this is going to be a terrific study, and it's so well needed. I have one other comment. The other comment is it was really interesting in higher education. I'm just going to make a comparison. In higher education, they have what's called the Clery Act, okay? And the Clery Act means that anything that a student reports up to folks that are in leadership or supportive work has to be reported. They won't say who it is or identifying, right? And I find it to be amazing that the military itself, even though the Clery Act is federally mandated in higher ed, I don't know what it's like in K through 12 or whatever, but that they don't have this kind of mandatory, maybe I didn't read it correctly, in the military. They were moving in that direction, right? So I was wondering, can you help me understand kind of what the state of the is mandatory reporting in the military?
So it's only mandatory reporting when an individual who identifies sexual harassment or assault reported to or mention it to a reporting or mandated authority. So that would be their commander, their sexual assault representative, or even sometimes their first line supervisor. But because of the environment, they do not report the incident without the consent of the individual, which is why you see those two distinct reporting, unrestricted and restricted. And I will say, because of the military culture and the norm, specifically in the Army, a lot of individuals fear to even report it to their first line chain of command or mandated individuals to report it because of retaliation, because of discrimination, and being considered an outcast or not being mission ready. But you're absolutely right. That's why the military is pushing bystander prevention, because individuals in your ranks are witnessing sexual assault and witnessing sexual harassment, and they're turning their head instead of notifying leadership or representatives that can provide support for those individuals impacted.
Yeah. It's sort of like we think about, and believe me, I don't have expertise in this, but when you think about on the battlefield, everybody takes care of everybody, right? But on the non-battlefield, this doesn't seem to hold true. And it's kind of like this cohesion and importance of protecting everybody, each other, right? In a manner that is can have positive outcomes rather than stigma. Yeah. So anyway, that was my only question, Eric. That piece. At the end of your interview protocol, would you consider adding? Is there anything else I did not ask you think is important to share for this study? These folks that are going to share their information with you, I just think to just signal to them, that their voice is important and what they want to share that you hadn't asked them might be significant. Yeah.
Am I allowed to say something to you?
Yeah, of course you
can. When you mentioned the resources that I'll provide for my participants, I do actually have a list, and I'll provide it to Dr. Canny, but I got them more from a psychological standpoint, and I wasn't sure if I should include that now, but I do have a list, and I will provide it to my chair after this meeting.
Yeah, IRB would want to see it too.
It'll go to Erica, it'll go to IRB as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It may or may not necessarily be in the final, but it would at a minimum be referenced in it existed.
Okay.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, usually IRB wants to see what resources you're handing out. Anything you're going to give your participants.
Okay.
Handout, whatever information, whatever, they want to see that. So that will be in another addition to your documents.
Okay.
Dr. Crew, or Eric, did you have more questions or comments for Dr.
That was it.
Dr. Crew.
Thank you, Eric. And Eric, I just want to apologize again for screwing up on the time, but you may remember from class I have a tendency to get the East Coast and West Coast stuff all screwed up. So I apologize for being late to this. However, that said, I have two areas of conversation with you. One is that I just think you have done an extraordinary job getting here. I cannot tell you the number of times when I've thought about quitting something, stopping something, and then later in my life said back, when I look back on it, thought to myself, damn, I'm so glad I didn't. And I want this to be one of these moments for you, because you have come a very, very long way, and you've persisted. And, I just think that deserves its own honorable mention. So the second part of it kind of relates a little bit to that, which is I go through things like this and have tremendous empathy for people who are connected to this tragedy in their life, and they carry it for a very long time, and probably forever. What's your hope? What's your desire in a bigger world? You're going to finish this dissertation. You're going to gather a lot of data, and so forth. At the end of this tunnel, there is a huge light. What do you hope is in that light for either you or for the kinds of people that have been survivors surviving this kind of tragedy in their life? What's your end game here?
Okay. Well, sorry, I got emotional because I've been carrying this. This is a tough topic, but my end goal is for individuals that are impacted, even the individuals serving that don't have the ability to make a change in the military, the individuals that careers end because of. All right. So I passed my proposal defense, and I'm going to work on the edits. I only have a few. As you heard, they said my first 3 chapters were phenomenal. That is not common that they just automatically pass someone's proposal defense. They said my work was very strong. It blows my mind that I'm so critical about myself. I always say that what I produce is not good. Like, I never see anything positive in the things that I produce in terms of work-related things or academia. I always say, this is not good or whatever. I just cried so much in the proposal defense because this has been a journey. This has been a journey. But I got an hour. I took an hour, probably 45 minutes. I think I took an hour to take it all in. And I'm back to it. So I am officially a doctoral candidate. I have about 84 days to get this task done. We're going to see. We're going to see what I can do. I hope by August 1st, I will be doctor. I hope. I was thinking, maybe I should go out and do something. I've been wanting to go see Sinners. I see somebody doing something outside. Sorry. I've been wanting to go see Sinners. But it's I'm not trying to spend no money either. And then I do everything by myself. And this is a moment where I kind of wish, man, I would want to go do something with somebody to celebrate myself. So I'm probably going to wait until tomorrow when I go pick up my daughter. And me and her go do something together. This is going to be Mother's Day weekend. So I'm going to take some time to reflect on my motherhood. Reminisce about, what me and my daughter have experienced. Her existence on planet Earth. I'm sure I'm going to get emotional about that. And work on the next steps. I'm going to leave this little proposal defense vlog just in have faith. It's okay to take a pause. It's okay to cry it out. It's okay to be frustrated. But don't quit. And whatever you're doing in life. It's okay to shift. It's okay to have alternative plans. But do not give up. Because today I was thinking about, man, if I could tell the younger self, my younger self, anything, I would tell myself 2 things. I would share that the dreams that I had sitting in that little tiny bedroom at my father's house, in a double wide trailer, or at my mother's apartment, that there was more to life in South Carolina, that it has to be. I used to tell myself as a teenager, it has to be more to life than this to continue that dream. Because that question or that thought, that idea, that it has to be more than what I'm presented in my childhood is 100% correct. You are the driver to your life. God gave us free will to make the decisions and allow us to navigate through life. You have the keys. You get to make the decisions. And the second thing I would tell myself is that you're going to look back on life and think about the time you wasted grieving, being in a depressed state of mind, the anxiety, the moping around. You can't get out of your bed because something happened at work, a lover broke your heart, things aren't working out. Those are going to be the times that you're going to look back and say, man, I wish I would have utilized my time correctly. Because I look back on life and I probably had more times where I was moping around in my 30s than my 20s. Because in my 20s, could nothing stop me. I might be crying and doing it at the same time, but the older I get, the more I become a little bit resistant to having that mobility to keep going. Having that inspiration to say, okay, this didn't work, keep it going. Oh, this person broke my heart, keep it going. So that is what I'm going to be working on in my next chapter, which I haven't told you all, but like my committee member said, to have some self-love, to give yourself grace, to know that it's going to be okay, even when someone around you is not telling you that it's going to be okay. We are living in a time where everything is pandemonium, everything is chaotic, everybody's panicking. To stay still and be firm is what I'm doing. I'm not going to be panicking because of a job. Oh, you're going to fire me. Okay. Well, I've already demonstrated from 15 until 33 that I can find employment. It may take me a little bit longer. I may have to move around, but I'm going to be okay. And as far as education, I've exceeded the statistics. I've exceeded what my parents thought I could do. I've exceeded what I thought I could do. I might be able to do more. But yeah, I just want to leave you all with that. I'm going to work on my little tiny edits, get that qualifying exam document sent over, prepped for IRB. Congratulations! Nipsey's always in the behind me. Always. I made it to the proposal defense. Your girl is finally a doctoral candidate, okay? Give me 84 days. It's going to be Big Doc, not the little Doc. Hey. We have arrived. I'm going to keep this going. Because one thing I know, this is going to open some doors that I don't have access to right now. I don't know what those doors are. I don't know what's behind the doors either. But God got me. One thing I know about my God, He's taking care of me every single day of my life. So I'm going to leave you all with that. I hope that if you are an aspiring doctoral student or you're on your way to proposal or final defense, you find this video. I hope it motivates you. But you can do everything that you put your mind to. But you got to make some sacrifices. You got to have some work ethic. And you got to lose the excuses. And when I lost the excuses in the petty party, things began to flow. So I'm going to keep going. So this is Erica Untraveled. I'm officially a doctoral candidate. And I'll see you in the next video.